Hello, everyone, and welcome to Freedom Friday. We're excited to be here with you today and to share some thoughts on freedom and how to create freedom and even what freedom means to you. And so I'm going to start out this call just asking you to light up the chat with what freedom feels like for you. When you feel free, what does that feel like to you? What are you able to do? What decisions are you able to make? And just what is that sense or feeling that you have when you feel like you have freedom? I'll share mine, of course, in a minute, but I'm going to let you guys share your thoughts there first, and then I'll elaborate a little bit more. Because before we can even talk about this topic of extra streams of income and a business and products and things like that, I just want you to sit for a moment in what freedom feels like. Melissa says freedom feels like peace and happiness. Marguerite says freedom feels like she could do anything, including a 5K if she wants to, right? To me, freedom feels like I have a lot of choices. I have a lot of options. I can say yes to things. I can say no to things. I have that ultimate flexibility. Janelle says freedom feels like she's healthy. She's able to move her body, not having to worry about increasing costs of everything right now. Yes, and I'll second that, Janelle. Like I love having the freedom to have a healthy body. And I was sharing before I hit record on this call, the freedom that I had to exercise, the last 4 days and feel good and wake up and not have my joints hurt or my Achilles tendonitis or my plantar fasciitis that used to bug me. So love that physical freedom as well, right? Sarah says joy and happiness is what freedom feels like, and the ability to say yes to what will be better for her and her family. Good. Well, I love this. Being resourceful. Yes. I love freedom. In fact, it's one of my core values, one of the things that's most important to me. And I love to feel free, which is that ability to move, to go, to do, to live the way that I want to live, give the way that I want to give, create the way that I want to create. And so this call really is all about freedom. We're going to talk a little bit about health and the freedom that Plexus can give you with your health. And we're also going to dive into the business side and that extra income earning opportunity and the freedom that that can give you. So my name is Brooke Hemingway. If you're watching this recording, I'm a mom of 6 kids. They're between the ages of 6 and now 18. I actually officially have an adult in the house, which is crazy. But I started taking these products over 8 years ago before I had my sixth child. And I started because I needed freedom from specific health things that were challenging to me. I needed help with my sleep. I needed help with my energy. I was exhausted. I was somebody that was drinking a lot of Diet Coke every day. I had a candy cabinet. I was eating lots of sweets. And even though I was physically active and a fitness instructor and looked fine, I didn't feel fine. I felt exhausted. And so I found myself reaching for a lot of these things that we do nowadays, right? We have an energy drink economy, is what I would say. The Monsters, the Red Bulls, the sodas, the Starbucks, the coffee leaf, or green tea, or what, I don't know, like what's that one, coffee leaf and tea or something, I don't know, it's like a Starbucks, right? But we have like so many different things out there that are created to supposedly give people energy. We've got the snacks, we've got the sugars, all those things, but none of those actually work long term, and none of those work at the root. And so I found myself just kind of going down this hole of like needing more caffeine and having even more sugar cravings, and that exhaustion just doubling. So I would be taking a nap every day. I had headaches every morning when I woke up. I did not have a lot of motivation, even though I was a fitness instructor. It was like all I could do to get myself like pumped up to go and teach the class every day. And a lot of that was also a mood thing. So mental health was an issue as well. The anxiety, some postpartum blues, things like that. And so motivation, anxiety, energy, sleep issues, some of that joint stuff that I was talking about was troubling me. And I was really, really skeptical because I'm a nurse by trade. I was an ICU nurse for 10 years, and I also have a background in kinesiology. So I just was very, very skeptical. But it finally came to the point where I was like, you know what? something has to change because this is not getting better on its own. And maybe you're listening to this today thinking, okay, something has to change. Like, I haven't tried this yet. Maybe I've tried some crazy diet or I've just tried willpower and nothing's working. And so I finally decided to give it a try. And within the first 10 to 14 days, I really did start experiencing that freedom from anxiety, from that constant nervous energy I felt, that freedom from not being able to fall asleep, stay asleep, the freedom from the headaches. I did not have the desire to have all the Diet Coke. I did not have the desire to have all that candy and sweets and things that I wanted. And so I really started to feel like I was returning to myself. And I experienced that freedom health wise first. Then I decided to start sharing. I wasn't consciously coming into Plexus looking for a business or looking for an extra stream of income. In fact, in the chat, if you are in Plexus, will you put a one if that's how you were too? Like you weren't like looking, hey, like I want to start a business or I want an extra stream of income. It's very common that people come into Plexus because we're so well known for how effective our products are. The products are incredible, and you're going to hear a couple little examples of that. And so that was my story, but I knew that these products were products people needed. And so I started sharing socially. And I remember a few weeks later, I got a check for a little under $500. And I was like, wow, that wasn't very hard. Like, I'm not even really sure exactly how I earned that money, but a little under $500 was pretty sweet. That paid for my products for probably at least the first 3 to 4 months back then. And I was kind of like, my mind was opened to what the possibilities would be. I'll share a little bit more about the rest of that story. But before I go there, I want to turn it over to my friend Marguerite. Marguerite's going to share a little bit about her journey and the freedom that she's experienced with Plexus. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it right over to Rachel, who's going to share a little bit about hers. We'll dig into some of the details of the freedom aspect and what Plexus can do for you after those two.
Thank you, Brooke. Marguerite Craig. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Um, I just recently decided I had done some Plexus, but I decided I was getting back in things. And so I jumped in and I fast started gold rank, which meant, and Brooke kind of told me about how, yeah, you take 10 and then you get your friend and they get 10 people. Because I'd always thought of, okay, yeah, I can, but this time I'm like, I'm doing this. I love the products. I'm doing it. So I hopped in 10 people. One of my first people I signed up, I'm like, hey, get 10. She got busy on that. We got busy helping each other. And pretty soon I fast started gold. And over the course of like that month into the next, like $1,500 was being deposited in my account. And I was like, hey, I'm in it. I'm in it. Let's keep going. This is fun. This is great. Everybody needs this. And the community, oh my goodness, the friends, like, are you grabbing your friends and your family and people part of this great help? But people like Brooke, people like tons of you on here that I've met are just amazing. And the friends that you make and the people I met at convention and the people I've met, in Plexus, just really high quality folks that are really have become lifelong. So um, that's my little snippet. How's that?
I love it. No, I love it. I think that one thing that's different too about the community, because you mentioned that, is just like the positivity, the focus on personal growth and development and helping you to become a better person. We recently had our convention, which is all about personal growth and how to actually, socially share. And we teach people how to do that in our organization. But there were people there that really were not involved in the business. And one of the things that they loved so much about it was the community and the kind of people that they got to be around. And I got a message from somebody after the fact that has not yet decided to build an extra stream of income with Plexus. She's changing her mind about that now. But she said, you know what, just being around all of you has made me feel better, has made me feel more positive, and like I have more motivation. And I was like, yes, that's what happens when you get around us. Like, you want to be a better person, you have more motivation, you start to dream again. So you really do make those kind of friendships and connections that end up making you a better person as well. So I love that you brought that up, Marguerite. I'm going to turn it over to Rachel now.
Okay, my name's Rachel Miner. I live in Utah. I have 7 kids. And my Plexus journey started about 8 years ago too. I was one of those people that I call a silent sufferer. Somebody that like when you're out in public, you have that face that like your smile, everything's perfect, and behind closed doors, like you're a mess and you don't share that with anybody. I didn't even share it with my family. And um and so, like, I was somebody that struggled. I struggled with that dark cloud that just stays with you no matter what, even if your life's great. Like, it just follows you wherever you go. I struggled with anxiety. I never slept. And even if you are in bed and sleeping for 10 hours, you wake up, and I always like a garbage truck has just hit you. Like, you just don't feel like you got that good rest. And you want the 5 more minutes. You want to hit the snooze because you're like, 5 more minutes, I might feel better, but I just never slept good. Constipation, headaches, seasonal allergies since I was 5 years old. I was on everything you can imagine for every kind of seasonal allergy, everything outside, every animal, everything. So, and fatigue, like fatigue of not being able to be a good mom. And that really hurt me because you want to be a good mom, and when you can't be a good mom, like, it really affects you. So I decided to start Plexus, but I was somebody who thought if I just lose a few pounds, all of my issues would go away. So originally I just started Plexus thinking I would lose a few pounds. I had no idea the like impact it would have on my life. And like Brooke, it was only a few days. Like, I remember it was 3 days in, and I woke up and I was like, I woke up and the alarm didn't go off, and I like felt so good, and I had rested, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have energy. What do morning people do? Because I don't know why I've never been like a person that ever understood why people would get up if they didn't have to, because I was always so exhausted. So I got up, and after a few more days, that dark cloud started going away. And I had done many other businesses in the past, and I was never going to share these products because I had never had a good experience. But I was like, oh my goodness, this has helped me so much. There are other people out there that are silent sufferers that will never tell anybody their issues. So I need to shout from the rooftops and tell people that this can help those things that they're hiding. So I started sharing Plexus in my first month. I only paid for my Plexus products that first month, and then I always like made more than enough to pay for my Plexus products and more. So that first investment was all it took, and I had enough to pay for it. Now I also continued to share. I had enough to um, put my whole family, a family of 9, on these products. I had a teenager, get an extra car for that teenager. I had a family member that had a child pass away. I was able to help with funeral costs. Like Brooke always says, like, make this a yes day, like you can say yes to those things that maybe before you were able to say yes to. So I was able to take my family and travel for a year in an RV. Like, take time out of everything and travel for a year in an RV. Like, that's something I would have never been able to do without Plexus. Now I have all of these kids that are older, going off, getting married and stuff. And now I'm helping them see the vision that Plexus can be a tool to help them reach their goals and aspirations. I have a daughter that's married. She's got her master's degree and can't afford a house. So for her, Plexus is going to be her house payment. And so she's building her business to be like, okay, I can have income that'll pay for a house. I have another daughter that is a baker, and she's like, I want to start a bakery and like be a cake decorator. So we have a goal of a future date that she will have enough money that she can be her cake decorator and start her business. I have another daughter that's heading off to college, needs to pay for it. So we're helping her and all of her college friends be able to like pay for college. So it's not one of those things that like Plexus has to be everything, but Plexus can help you with whatever you're doing. Get that extra thing you need.
I love that. So powerful. We have this thing where we say Plexus can take you there and wherever there is for you, right? So for you, it might be like, I want to have extra money to be able to put my kids in dance lessons, or I need to be able to pay for college. I was somebody that did pay for my own college. So I understand very much like, nobody swept in and paid for college for me. I had to work really hard. And I love that this is something that can work for someone who's 18 or someone who's in their 70s. And we have people across the board building extra income with Plexus because the products really are that good. They sell themselves and people need the products. Whether someone is 2 or 92, I always say everyone needs gut health. Everyone needs blood sugar balance, and everyone needs reduction in inflammation. We talk a lot in Plexus about root health. And when you get to the root of the problem, Plexus is the simple system that tackles that. There's a lot of products out there, but nobody does it like Plexus when it comes to root health. In fact, I'm drinking my drink right now. But I love that. And I would love to know in the comments, like, ultimately, we all want some freedom. We all want some flexibility. If you could have some flexibility, what amount of money would really give you the flexibility that you want? For some people, it's an extra $500 a month. For some people, it's an extra 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000. Some are really, really aiming high and they want this to be their full-time income. You don't have to be that way because freedom is different for everyone. Again, when I think about freedom, I think about just creating margin. And this month specifically in Plexus, well, really every month is a great month to join Plexus. But this month in Plexus, when you decide to join and you decide to open your mouth and gather a group of friends to sample the products with you, you can very, very easily earn your first $1,000. In fact, we have a system called the Perfect 10, and we help you with this simple system. We have informational calls, we have informational materials, we have an informational group, and we have a system set up to support you. So I'm curious how an extra $1,000 would bless everyone here. With an extra $1,000, what could you do? Some of you might be thinking, oh, well, it's summertime. I want to go do some fun stuff with my family that maybe I wasn't going to be able to do. Or maybe there's back to school expenses. I know I've got a lot of kids. They're all growing like weeds. I feel like they need new tennis shoes like every 2 months. And I'm like, what is happening here, right? But just the expenses there. Currently, we're in Hawaii, in our home here in Hawaii. And every time I go to Costco, I don't think I can get out of there without spending $500. I told my husband just the cost of groceries alone and how they've increased makes me so thankful for Plexus. And so what would you do with an extra $1,000? And would it be worth it to you to spend 3 or 4 hours to generate an extra $1,000? You see, most people think that you have to put your whole life, your whole heart and soul, you have to be like all in and all the hours to do this, and you have to be one of those crazy network marketing people. The way that we teach it is you can give a few hours and you can leverage a few hours with the power of your network and the trust that people have in you to bring them a product that they actually need. And when you can do it in a systematic way and you know what to do, step 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can succeed and you can be on your way to starting to generate some extra freedom. I'm going to pass it over now to my friend, Melissa. She's going to share a little bit about her experience as well.
Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa Pierce. I'm in Utah. I'm a mom of 3 little kids, and I started Plexus when I was desperate for help. I was basically bedridden with Lyme disease, had people helping take care of me and my kids on home health and all the things. But now I have the freedom to like run races. I've done 5 races this year between running and triathlons, and it's just been incredible to have that freedom. We've also had the freedom because when I started feeling better and being able to do so many things, I started sharing with friends, because if it could help me, who's chronically ill and bedridden, to feel better and get back to running races again, then it could help so many other people. And I didn't start to do a business. I just wanted to share with other people that I knew might be suffering in silence. And we've been able to pay for supplements for my whole family, pay for supplements for me and any treatment that I've needed, and just have that extra instead of having to use our savings for our treatment and dig into that every month. And so it's been such a blessing to be able to have the blessing of not only physical health, but our financial health and mental health. We've struggled with different mental health challenges in our family, and we've been able to do whatever treatment we need um, for that and have the supplements to help with that. Because as all of us probably know, the gut-brain connection is real, and getting to that root healing with supplements has been game changer. And then being able to pay for anything extra that we need for that treatment has been a huge blessing. And then the other thing I wanted to share was just the friendship and the community. I thought I had friends before, which I still have those friends, but I have so many other incredible friends that have big dreams and goals, and just help that energy to stay going on different things and stay positive and help me achieve my goals. It has just been incredible. The community support is amazing, and I have some of the best friends now that I wouldn't have had I not started for some supplements to help my health. I wouldn't have the same friends that I do now. So it's just been really awesome, the blessings that I've gotten just from trying some supplements, because I was desperate for energy and to feel better from my chronic illness.
I love that so much. And it's a similar story, you know, whether someone's coming in for physical health benefits, mental health benefits, or both. And we know that, you know, there is a mental health crisis, like so much anxiety, so many challenges just living in the modern world. We're very familiar with that in our house as well. And we do have the best of the best systems to help with that. Whether it's physical or emotional. And so that leads me to just wanting to give you a couple of different, like a bird's eye view of what makes this stream of income different and what makes this company different. I feel like we have the simplest, easiest, cleanest systems that actually also taste good. There are a lot of products out there that they're not as palatable. They don't taste as good. And when we're talking about even kids or teens, getting them to take products that are going to help them, it really, really helps when it's something that they want to take. And it really, really helps when it's something that you want to take. I look forward to waking up every morning and drinking this drink. It's like my favorite way to start the day. And so when you have a product that not only works effectively, but people want to take it, it tastes good, and they can feel those results within the first, 3 days. It was for Rachel. For me, it was about 7 to 10 days. Like, people notice these results fairly rapidly. It makes it a product that's easy to promote. Also believe that the compensation is easy to understand, right? For every person that you refer and you bring in, you get a 20% compensation off of what they've gotten. But in the month of July, that is doubled. And so let me just give you a bird's eye view of why this month is the best month to start your business. I think because it's summertime, you're around a lot of people, you're at the barbecues, you're at the pool, you're traveling, you're talking to a lot of people, you're out there. It's a great opportunity to start sharing, but you get double the money this month for doing that. So if I were to get a friend started on a simple gut health system, just one friend, I would get approximately $75 just for referring one friend. You'll never see that in any other compensation, any other affiliate marketing, anything else out there for just one referral. In fact, if you wanted to refer 3 friends with that same kind of system, you'd make over $430 for 3 referrals. I'm guessing everybody here listening in could think of 3 people that struggle with their energy, their weight, their mood, their digestion, autoimmune issues, sleep issues, skin issues. You get what I'm saying, right? We all know 3 people that want to feel better. And if you start 3 people, that's $430. Now, if you want to take it a little bit farther and you want to do what Marguerite was kind of talking about, she was talking about grabbing 10. We have a simple system called the Perfect 10, and we've got some things to support you to do that. But when you get a perfect 10, which is essentially a total of 10 people in your community, in your group, sampling out these products with you, you make over $1,100. So you know that $1,000 I was sharing with you? That's what I'm talking about. We would love to help you get the perfect 10. I mean, it goes along great with the Olympics, right? Getting a perfect 10. In fact, I don't even know when the Olympics start. Is it in August, you guys? July, August? Okay, let's get you a perfect 10 before the Olympics start, before you're watching your gymnastics, right? But we also have a track for those that want more than that. Yes, the perfect 10. The 4K summer. The 4K summer. And what that looks like is you utilizing our simple system to generate not only the perfect 10 for you, but you and 4 of your friends also doing the same thing. How would $4,000 this summer change your fall? Would it pay the mortgage? Would it pay for that trip you want to take? Would it pay off some debt? Would it pay for an anniversary trip? Would it pay for the back to school? I'm not sure what it would pay for, but that money is just sitting there and it is ready for the taking. Some beautiful things about Plexus is we don't have inventory. We don't ship things out. We have a low startup cost. Our products serve the masses. So we're not only looking to help people with mental health. We're not only looking to help people with weight loss. We're not only looking to help women. We're not only looking to help a certain age demographic. We're not only for kids. We are for anybody. If you are a human being, you will benefit from Plexus. And so when you think about your network and you think about who you know people who need Plexus. You also heard a lot about the community, the positive and supportive community that's growing together, that's supporting each other. And I mentioned a little bit about the simple systems. One of the things that scares people when they want to get into some kind of socially sharing situation is they don't know what to say. They don't know what to post. Maybe you want to put something up on Instagram. They don't know how to actually create that, how do I actually sell it to them? And we have all of that in one place for you to learn. And so we love to make making a little extra money and giving you more freedom simple. I'll wrap up today just sharing a little bit more about my story. I did indeed experience a lot of freedom from health, both physical and emotional health challenges. All of my kids as well take the products. They've had various issues from chronic constipation to anxiety and on and on and on, from their skin issues, etc. My husband, who's a functional medicine and ER physician, also takes the products. He's 50 and in the best health of his life. But I decided after about 2 months on the products, and I was at the point where Marguerite was, I'd made about $1,500. And I was kind of at that point where I was like, is this a real thing? Like, could I really actually make real money, like professional level income doing this? And I was so in love with the community, so in love with the products and the company and the integrity of the company that I just decided to trust. And I decided to really jump in and grow a team, grow an organization. And this business allowed me to give my husband a 4-year gap in, being able to walk away from emergency medicine, where he worked 80 to 90 hours a week. And in that time, he was able to write a book. He was able to launch a podcast. He was able to go back to school and become a functional medicine physician, which is so in alignment with our products. He never would have gone down that path had I not gone down the Plexus path. And so there are so many things in our life that change that have led us to this point and given us, of course, the ultimate in financial freedom, because you don't walk away from medicine unless you have that kind of income coming in. And Plexus has done that for us. But it's not just about money. It's about the freedom to be able to start a different life, to make a different choice, to decide for him, for example, to go in a different direction with medicine, to be able to have that flexibility and freedom. And one of the things that I love to ask people is like, you know what, like, if you could do anything you wanted to do today, would you be doing what you're doing? And most people say no, like they wouldn't be working the job they're doing. They wouldn't be doing the thing they're doing. They have another dream. And so, yes, Plexus can take you there. They can pay for your products. They can give you some extra money for college. They can help with the down payment for a home. But Plexus could be anything you want it to be. It could take you anywhere. It could take you into a completely different field. It can allow you to walk away from things. It can allow you to walk into things. And you just have to trust the process, implement the system, and learn a little bit every single day. I think last but not least, I will say that the quality of the people that you join matters. The type of people that you join and the type of organization, their character, their integrity, that matters. And the person that sent you this video, I know if they're a part of our organization, they're a part of our team, they have incredible character and incredible integrity, and they care about you. And so my invitation today is that you take a look at Plexus, not just in one way, not just in the freedom for health way, but also taking a look at Plexus in the freedom financially to make the choices that you want to make for yourself, for your family, and for your future. We hope to be able to help you and to see you being a part of our vibrant, growing community. And we hope you have a happy 4th of July weekend. Thanks, guys.